Circle small period, first to death killing it, cashing out spinning it, 100 round extended clip, iced out spilling drip, purple yellow take a sip, fly away and take a trip, pink slip for every rip, circle small period, first to death killing it, cashing out spinning it, 100 round extended clip, iced out spilling drip, purple yellow take a sip, fly away and take a trip, pink slip for every rip, started in a rumor house, popular in Montgomery, that was back in 03, breaking down the whole beat. That's my nigga Roman, he'll tell you I'm a OG. That's my nigga Roman, he'll tell you what he sold me. I got what you need, 8 quarters, half an OZ. Out of space high, all day I'm in the nosebleed. 24/7, get the bag, count the proceeds. Said she ain't to please and she proceeds to get on both knees. Told her keep her pussy, all I want is deep throat, please. Rolling up hot boxes, sweating to the OD. On a all-nighter full of road, getting no sleep. In and out of town on the road, paying 4 weeks. Plug with the plug, that deal price is so cheap. I got what you need, 8 quarters, half an OZ. Don't get tagged hot as hell, watching for the police. See me in the streets, no nigga, you don't know me. Circle small period, first to death killing it, cashing out spinning it, 100 round extended clip, iced out spilling drip, purple yellow take a sip, fly away and take a trip, pink slip for every rip, circle small period, first to death killing it, cashing out spinning it, 100 round extended clip, iced out spilling drip, purple yellow take a sip, fly away and take a trip, pink slip for every rip.
Serving out the crack, I feel like Jesus on that trap again. There's an eagle in my lap, double clip that's rapping fast. I don't need no church, I'm in your booth, I'm about to test the fact. In the jungle pumping weight, nothing like an exercise. Headed to the Rose Bowl, back to Rocker Stadium. Tripping soldiers like a boss, they asking what I pay for them. Shoot me, kill for real, we trying to penetrate your brain. Police never gave a fuck, that's why we always blaming them. Nigga with an attitude, feel like Dr. Dre and them. I don't fuck with suckers, I don't trust them, I don't play with them. Hit them from the back, I hit the door cause I don't lay with them. Always ready to stop by, niggas bout they pay the skill. Bands on me, now we doing donuts in the Lambo, plenty gun, plenty ammo, gotta get it, cause this man no money power. When I step up, going around like a tornado, got a plug in from Barbados, eating good, stay with
circle small period, first to death killing it, cashing out spinning it, 100 round extended clip, iced out spilling drip, purple yellow take a sip, fly away and take a trip, pink slip for every rip, circle small period, first to death killing it, cashing out spinning it, 100 round extended clip, iced out spilling drip, purple yellow take a sip, fly away and take a trip, pink slip for every rip.
Get back with my feet up in the trap, I'm doing me. I'm doing me. Hey, I'm get back with my feet up in the trap, I'm doing me. Keep my distance from these suckers, I can't let them ruin me. Drug dealer, pimps and hustlers, they the ones influence me. 13 jumped off the porch with drugs, is insurance. Hey, I'm get back with my feet up, get back with my feet up. Get back with my feet up in the trap, I'm doing me. Hey, I'm get back with my feet up, get back with my feet up. Drug dealer, pimps and hustlers, they the ones influence me. Way to work naked like a skinny dipping, no cross, reading for the crucifixion. Fold out, couple screws missing, paranormal suckers, I can't let them ruin me. Drug dealer, pimps and hustlers, they the ones influence me. 13 jumped off the porch with drugs, this influence me. Hey, yo, keep back with my feet up, keep back with my feet up. Keep back with my feet up, in the trap, I'm doing me. Hey, yo, keep back with my feet up, keep back with my feet up. Drug dealer, pimps and hustlers, they the ones influence me. Hey, yo, keep back with my feet up, in the trap, I'm doing me. Keep my distance from these suckers, I can't let them ruin me. Drug dealer, pimps and hustlers, they the ones influence me. 13 jumped off the porch with drugs, this influence me. Hey, yo, keep back with my feet up, keep back with my feet up. Keep back with my feet up, in the trap, I'm doing me. Hey, yo, keep back with my feet up, keep back with my feet up. Drug dealer, pimps and hustlers, they the ones influence me.
State gang, the mob, true sippers, we in too deep. Money boy, trade. Money boy, trade. Money boy, trade. Stay with a bag, I'm cashing them bread. 100 round shooters on deck. Little nigga talking, but they not a threat. BB is diamonds and bands on my neck. Jacking my spread. Pour up before, pop me an X. I'm saucing, I'm dripping, I'm wet. I'm trending, I'm thinking, I'm fire, I'm hit. Stay with a bag, I'm cashing them bread. 100 round shooters on deck. Little nigga talking, but they not a threat. BB is diamonds and bands on my neck. Jacking my spread. Pour up before, pop me an X. I'm saucing, I'm dripping, I'm wet. I'm trending, I'm thinking, I'm fire, I'm hit. It's a go 10 and 4, it's a bed. On the ground, about to cook me a jet. Niggas mad when I stun and I flip. With precision, I'm gripping the jet. Burn a brain while I'm gripping the net. No dealings, I jump on some tech. I'm a dog, it's the shame on my mess. Go hard and shout out to my ex. Play if I move it on to the net. Out in Brooklyn, course out with the net. I'm shining, I'm blessed. Like a chicken that runs with a bread. VIP talking shit with some jet. Take it simple with Yankees and Mets. High fiving with guys in it. No ego, my life is the shit. Stay with a bag, I'm cashing them bread. 100 round shooters on deck. Little nigga talking, but they not a threat. BB is diamonds and bands on my neck. Jacking my spread. Pour up before, pop me an X. I'm saucing, I'm dripping, I'm wet. I'm trending, I'm thinking, I'm fire, I'm hit. Stay with a bag, I'm cashing them bread. 100 round shooters on deck. Little nigga talking, but they not a threat. BB is diamonds and bands on my neck. Jacking my spread. Pour up before, pop me an X. I'm saucing, I'm dripping, I'm wet. I'm trending, I'm thinking, I'm fire, I'm hit. I get it, I'm gon' pull off in a hurry. Coursing through track, I said into my stripping. No time to kick it, I'm busy, I'm working. I just suspended, I'm still out here serving. 30s and green, pitch out the lane. Pulling up train, form machine. Infrared beam, carbon 15. Money boy trade, fly with no wing. My bottoms is red, robbers is green. Hold on my body, I feel like a king. Go to one center, course, I watch a game. Real rich and wild, but over the name. Fuck your opinion, that's all that I strain. I was 14 when I had a dream. Dollar sign, go for the green. Pop me a bean. Swagging, I'm fresh and I'm clean. Feeling like Jordan, I'm wearing Supreme. Rolling up, smoking Supreme. Infrared beam. Carbon 15. Precise like a surgeon, I won't miss a thing. 24/7, I'm flat with no wings. Bitch. Thank you for joining the membership. It's my turn 24/7. Oh, I'm excited. That's what it was. I had too much shit in StreamYard. That's why my delay was 22 seconds. Now it's the 6-second delay that I'm used to it having. So yeah, that's fixed. How the hell are y'all? I've had I don't know, like the past 24 to 48 hours, I've just had like a whole shit ton range of emotions. It's really, really weird. I'm alright though. Before I get started with my main topic, I gotta review this video the Truth put up. Now see, I knew it was good when he put it up because my source sent it to me, and I don't really fuck with the lady. Actually, I ain't gonna hold y'all. This gonna be the first time I'm finna have this bitch voice playing on my channel just cause it's so much hypocritical shit in there, and this was just in November. This was just November of last year. Now she's sucking this nigga dick from the back. He putting his strap on, fucking her in the throat and shit. Because he gay and he don't want her to actually suck his dick because he gay and he don't like women. But it's just ridiculous the shit that she's saying in this video. And then I just got up. um, tied into what happened today and the shit that's going on today, but she always does. But you know what? Something was brought to my attention today, Helmet Head. Um, you didn't go outside and vlog none of your vacation. You would like you had a whole vacation. You didn't go outside. You didn't vlog or nothing. Fine, that's your choice. Why the fuck you want to harass me when I go on vacation and vlog and stuff? You you didn't do none of that on your vacation, man. Where was you? You just didn't. Your shit was boring, huh? You ain't take no pictures or nothing. Just no uploads. You just was at the house. I find it very odd that the only times you come outside and on YouTube, nonetheless, is for beef. You don't show outside any other time. You be in your backyard. It's not outside. Like, why don't you take us out in Detroit? At least see him. Hate was taking a nigga to the meat market and Family Dollar and where else this whole ass nigga was going? He did Coney Island and shit. He'd be outside. You don't come outside at all unless it's for fake beef. Cause you really like, let's keep it real. You wasn't looking for me, bitch. You was in one spot after you knew I was gone. And I just gotta ask, if the goal was to take up for your mama, cause I was 4 miles away, four expressway exits, I was 4 exits away from your mama. Why would you leave her unprotected? Like that literally would be me trolling you, letting you know I was in a place close. We're gonna go with your shit. And instead of you revving up the troops and saying, we gotta protect mama, we gotta protect the asset, y'all gonna leave. You didn't find me, so you just left mama open if my goal was to fuck with her. You left her wide open. What kind of defense strategy is that, man? I'm just saying, but why didn't you come outside at all during your vacation, and why during your everyday life in Detroit don't you ever be outside? Just 2 times we seen you outside was for beef, and neither time did you meet your target, or did you get to your destination. And I don't know where you and Sugar had planned to meet, but you ended up at churches. And I didn't plan to meet you nowhere, bitch. You followed me. You followed me. I didn't invite you nowhere. But yeah, let's gotta play this damn video D Truth put up. It's on my community wall. It's a whole bunch of videos, damn, but y'all go find it. It's very, very entertaining. Hold on. Damn it. I closed YouTube. My bad, y'all. What y'all laughing? Juicy Kim, what are you laughing at? Don't laugh at me, Kimberly. Weird ass bitch. Okay, here we go.
Why your ass still homeless and medication seeking?
Let me just start off by saying this was November of last year. All this shit that she's saying, the only person that knew this shit that in depth was Loca. So she claims she hates Loca, but when she went to this CMA, she used everything Loca has ever said about CMA. She didn't do no research. She got it from Loca. Because Loca was telling us that Mike was gonna be homeless last year. And I just like, how the fuck, dang, this weird. She was like, nigga, you better pay that light bill before you get evicted. I'm like, well, shit, if he getting evicted, why pay the light bill? She knew when he was in the hospital and shit. She knew he was homeless then. I just didn't think. I just thought she was just joning the nigga. Thought she was being mean to the homeless guy. Niggas thought, some people actually thought he was really sick. Yeah, so she stole all this shit she finna say. She got it from Loca, her arch nemesis. It's amazing.
Your ass is still fucking homeless. Still fucking homeless. And a lot of the people in that fucking house is fucking homeless because of your drunk ass, bitch.
I don't know what house she's talking about, but in November, she wasn't watching Mike. She loved Mike when Philly Phil and her were together. She loved him. She claimed she wasn't watching Mike, so how would she know Mike was homeless? Mike hadn't disclosed to the public that he was homeless, and the only person saying he was homeless back then was Loca. I didn't know, and I wasn't beefing with him at the time. How she know he was homeless in November? And she hadn't been beefing with this man. In this video, she'll let y'all know he wasn't beefing with her. His beef was with Philly Phil. And as she always does, she inserts herself in niggas' business because she ain't got none of her own.
Because of your drunk ass, bitch. Why don't you, when you gonna come on here and tell the people what the fuck you did, CMA? Huh? You on here focused on Philly Phil living on park benches in downtown Detroit and going and checking yourself into hospitals and shit. Checking yourself into hospitals and shit to put a roof over your fucking head and get out the goddamn cold. When you gonna tell people the motherfucking truth, bitch?
Cynthia Line, you're talking about, they told me, I only told them I had a daughter. I ain't told you it was bad. That's talking about me. Shut the fuck up and I won't mention your motherfucking name.
Bitch, you don't tell her to shut the fuck up. She can say what the fuck she want. And you can say what the fuck you want. And I can say what the fuck.
Why is she so concerned about what this man talking about on his channel? Why? Bitch, you don't tell her to shut the fuck up. He did. There's nothing you can do to take that shut the fuck up back. She thought she was doing something though. Again, this was less than 10 months ago. What didn't change? How they best friends now? How is she now giving commentary saying that I'm wrong for for pulling up on the elderly? He was in the wheelchair and on park benches in November. Because remember, you was calling them homeless before me, bitch. Just whenever, I don't know when the racist shit came up with the gay shit, I just didn't fuck with him no more. I didn't talk bad about him. I just moved on with life. Then in February, I heard his mammy died. Moment of silence. He crept his way back around. Ended up fucking up about 4 weeks later. So you were actually calling him homeless before me, ma'am. You ain't had no problem beating up on a homeless elderly man verbally. But I can't say nothing to him. You was a whole woman. He ain't called CPS on you or Philly Phil. But I can't say nothing to him.
Fuck I want. That's how this world works, motherfucker. Ain't a goddamn thing to. How you gonna tell her to shut the fuck up? And you ain't shutting the fuck up. Fuck you. Damn dope thing.
Oh shit. I mean, you would act like this man said something directly to her, how she's so emotionally into this. Fuck you, nigga. You don't tell her to shut the fuck up. Like, bitch, is Philly Phil your girlfriend? Is y'all fucking? Is you gonna catch a flight to see her? No.
Right, dope thing.
You don't know what the fuck may trigger me. I was looking at MoneyBoy and them shit, and I hear Tommy.
And there we go. I'm getting triggered. Now, I don't fuck with the nigga back in November. I don't fuck with him, but he listening to me. He triggered by something Tommy say. Notice how all these motherfuckers on YouTube say they get triggered by somebody. That's an excuse when you say somebody else triggered you, because that means that you're blaming somebody else for your actions. You're saying, had they not done this, I'd have been fine. Triggered, that's a cop-out word. That's what she used to try to come after me. Remember, my songs about Philly Phil triggered her when the bitch didn't have to listen. So she had to say something. The ex, she got triggered by B. Nicole's commentary. You hear Mike here saying they got triggered. They never should have taught you niggas that word. Oh, I got triggered. I was triggered. I was triggered. I was triggered. I was triggered. No, you wasn't. You just want to talk shit back. Well, y'all want to just keep it real. Y'all just want to be submissive motherfuckers. You niggas wasn't triggered. How you gonna be triggered by something you didn't have to listen to? You had to listen to like all the verses to get triggered. More than one time. You had to keep coming back and forth to my channel to get triggered. See, Helmet Head, there's a reason you always know what I'm doing and I never know what you're doing.
Because you watch me, ma'am. I don't watch you. That's why you can always give commentary about what bitch boy said. Because you be watching. And even if you say somebody sent you a clip, bitch, you still can't get around you watching. Watching. That's what you do.
Fucking that bullshit you shaking, bait, you shaking motherfucking bitch, nigga, you.
How can you talk about somebody shaking, you homeless, dope fiend motherfucker?
This advertised real time. This is how she was looking when she was doing this roast of Mike. Look at the stream yards in her glasses. This is how she was looking, talking to Mike. And got the nerve to have on some pearl damn earrings. Look at this bitch.
How can you talk about it? Talk about how you gonna survive on these Detroit streets, motherfucker, in the goddamn cold. Talk about when they kick your ass out that motherfucking hospital, bitch, how you won't be going back to the same old place.
She got all that. Nobody knew this back then. Loca and Mike. And Coco B. Yeah, Coco B knew. But yeah, that was it. Philly Phil didn't even know because she ain't started talking to him until December. Towards the New Year's when she was making amends with everybody. Yep. Stole your information from Local, man. I'm just going to admit it. This year, you're going to be mad now because I pointed it out. You got it from her. Why else would you be doing research on Mike? You ain't had no problem with him. You didn't. But funny, he's at the spot where he about to be put out of rehab because it's time up. And it's finna be cold. It's like it just all repeats itself. We 10 months later. Same vicious cycle.
But you gonna be interviewing motherfuckers in the homeless shelters this winter, bitch?
He's done that. He's done that. He been old ladies walking up to him on live and at the park and shit. He has. I haven't seen him on live with his basket, talking to bitches in the park. Yes.
Or you gonna squeeze up in there with your mama and her boyfriend? Because your daddy and his woman don't want.
Ooh, you gonna squeeze up in there with your mama and her boyfriend. Now again, she has no way of knowing any of this shit about Mike. I ain't even know this shit, and I didn't win at the nigga before. I made him throwing the red flag, whatever the fuck, the white flag. I made him throwing the towel. I ain't even know this shit.
Hey, what you gonna be interviewing motherfuckers in the homeless shelters this winter, bitch? Or you gonna squeeze up in there with your mama and her boyfriend? Because your daddy and his woman don't want your ass around. Don't nobody want your dope fiend, getting drunk, falling asleep with a goddamn cigarette in your goddamn hand, burning down people's shit ass in their motherfucking shit, bitch. Don't nobody want you around.
That was terrible. I get what you was trying to say. It was terrible. You sounded like a 14-year-old trying to cut somebody out, but I get what you were saying. Changed 10 months later, still nobody wants to be around this nigga.
When you get fucking violent, when you get drunk, bitch, they don't want you around. Where you going, bitch? The only time you welcome is when they feel safe in the goddamn hospital, bitch. Tell the truth and shame the devil, bitch, and leave Philly Phil alone. Hey, y'all.
I'm just saying, why won't you go live in your city? Is it because you know somebody gonna run up on you and whoop your ass for real in real life? Why won't I just can y'all somebody is that a weird question? Why this bitch, the only 2 times we've seen her outside living life is when she was chasing me in Sugar Delights with her son daughter that wasn't in the car neither time. Wasn't nobody with that bitch when she was eating churches. She was by herself. She had a whole 10-piece fat ass and 2 peppers. I seen it. Seen her do it.
I'm in a hospital still not shaking as much as your ass, bitch. I would fuck you up time to get your bitch.
Bitch, you ain't gonna fuck nobody up. How about what you got bitch slapped in the goddamn train at the goddamn bus station, bitch?
So wait a minute. Somebody can bitch slap him at the bus station for him getting wrong, but I can't come from Memphis to like confront the nigga about the shit he was doing to me. Now you is applauding somebody else for bitch slapping him at the bus station. Like he was on the little walker thing around this time of last year. He had the little walker thing. So he still was a bit hampered, handicapped, couldn't move. He ain't had nothing to say. You applauded this man, but me, I'm fucking with an elderly nigga and he need to go to the FBI.
Tell him about that, bitch. Tell him about how you been run off of goddamn park benches and shit, bitch, by the goddamn police, hoe. Drunk ass motherfucker.
Yeah, bitch, you better ask your woman about.
She thought she was hard. That's why she started laughing at herself.
If you're a little too drunk.
I'm gonna stop. I gotta play one more part to just show how these people are flattered about me. Like, oh look, he brought my name up, talking about he got triggered by some shit he saw on my channel. She gonna bring me up talking about my song making abilities. I stay on these motherfuckers' minds.
You have to stay
drunk. You can't talk about nobody being drunk. You's a motherfucking Detroit crackhead ass nigga.
I'm starting to think she drinks as well. There's no way she's acting this way sober. There's no way in hell. Every day, yeah, that she having something.
Was drug seeking in the goddamn hospital. And the only motherfucking time they can't turn your ass away, motherfucker, is because you got a special goddamn condition that ain't no goddamn body lying about, bitch.
And again, only person that was fucking with him at that time, Snoker. They was in a back and forth battle. Yeah. So the pills, him in there doing for the drugs, nobody was saying it but Loco. And you repeating all this shit when you decide to jump. This must have been when you joined in on the peace treaty, the whatever it was. Because you was really repeating this woman's shit word for word, including the part about him having HIV, which the truth blocked out. But I'm going to say it because you repeated it. You said he got HIV. Yep. Mike, ain't that your homegirl? Y'all from Detroit. She gonna drive you to the FBI. She just said you got that package, nigga. You got the package. That what she said. I ain't said she did. If you do, I wish you just hurry the fuck up and die. I'm looking at you too long. Shit. Hell, then you did not. He didn't gain the belly out of nowhere. You don't get fat like that. That nigga is not wilting away. This nigga didn't got healthy. In the stomach, at least.
Stop it. How these rumors get started. Got started by CMA. Oh, I'm working on my song. I'm working on my song, bitch. Trust me, goddammit.
10 months later, still no song. She working on it, though. Why is she working on the song? Guessed it. Because your boy did one. She's going to say it.
If motherfucking Bitch Boy can come out with a rumor song simply about Philly Phil, bitch, we coming out with one about all you motherfuckers.
And the song never came out. It never came out. But yeah. 10 months later, she's still inserting herself into shit that ain't got nothing to do with her because Mike was not speaking to that woman at all. His live that she's reviewing literally was going at Philly Phil. And she talking to this man like he said this shit to her. That hadn't changed 10 months later. She's still doing it to everybody. Only thing's changed is she's on his dick now because he don't like me. Yeah, she was talking about B. Nicole in that video and her song that she was gonna make it truth. And yeah, it's nothing's changed. She's still inserting herself and still. Oh fuck! You know what it is? It was one more part I wanted to play where she was like, "Let it go. Why you still talking about Philly Phil? Let it go. She broke up with you, ma'am. Everybody that you currently talk about broke up with you about a year ago, bitch, and you ain't let it go. You got some nerve. Niggas literally ignore you and you can't let it go. Truth and them did this to me. They did this to me. They did this. And Flexi, and they did this to me. And Bitch Boy, and my mama, even though he never talks about my mama, he's my mama, my mama. Bitch, I promise you, if I had your address or your mama's address, it would have already been on my community wall because ho, you've done the most. You, yes, you, bitch. So I would, with no remorse, I would put your old ass mama's address up if I had it, bitch, and I would put yours up too. Honestly, I don't think you have a mom. I think she long gone and you just pretending we ain't never heard the bitch talk. We heard your sister talk, never your mama. But that's just how I feel. If I had your address or your mama's address, bitch, they'd have been up on my community wall. And you know this. Okay, for our future presentation, Yummy Sandifer. Now, the first time I heard of Yummy's name, it was probably in 94, 95 on Tupac's All Eyes on Me CD. He said his name a lot. I ain't know who the fuck he was back then. Still didn't know. Flash forward about 10 years ago, somewhere around there, I heard Denzel reference his name. And then so flash forward here today. Here we are. So let me play that clip of Denzel talking about him. That's how, well, I say, fuck it, that's how prolific or well-known the young man was. He was 11 or 12, but had Denzel talking about him and not in a favorable way. That's why I said the story is tragic all around. Tupac was touched bad. He almost got his ass whooped for being touched bad. Yes. It's one of them stories. Hold on. Let's see. Denzel first.
You know, incarceration rates in America has been a problem, especially as opposed to minorities. And Roman delves into the issues around the legal system. Do you think we've made any headway? And
I think it's more important to make headway in our own house. By the time the system comes into play, the damage is done. They're not locking up 7-year-olds.
Yeah.
You know, I was in Chicago a couple of 3-4 weeks ago, and we saw these little kids on bikes with masks on the side of their head, like 5 or 6 of them. And the driver said, "Yeah, they're little yummies." I said, "Who?" He said, "Little yummies. Look up, Google Little Yummy." Mm. Little Yummy was an 11-year-old murderer.
Wow.
And you look at his picture, you'll see the headshot of him. He's like this. And he got murdered at 11 by a 14-year-old.
Wow.
Who's doing life now, and a 16-year-old.
It makes no sense.
You blame the system? Where was his father? It starts in the house. It starts in the home. And yeah, well, my father got locked up. Well, where was his fault?
Right. So that's a little background of who Yummy was. And now, without further ado, let's listen. Truth.
Some of you might have heard about a kid named Young.
Eating a salad. Hungry like a motherfucker.
All right, let's go.
We from the south side of Chicago who passed away in 1994. Some of you might have heard about a kid named Yummy from the south side of Chicago who passed away in 1994, but most of you didn't. To understand Yummy's circumstance, you have to have a certain type of upbringing. A lot of people don't understand that you're born in a certain type of environment. You don't have the luxuries of a lot of the things that we take for granted, such as a hot meal or decent clothes to wear. Chicago has always been a very violent place in America. Historically, it's been known for crime. Blacks, Italians, and whites, and so on were involved. In the 1980s and 1990s, Chicago's murder rate began to skyrocket, and the city capitalized on its reputation of being a gangland in some areas. Black children from Chicago's neighborhoods were running the streets and trying to get theirs. Yummy, who was only 11, was born in Chicago's infamous South Side. And little did he know that he would become the poster child for inner city America. Yummy was born to a teenage mother and father. Mother was a crack addict and his father was in prison for drug-related crimes. Deemed
So this whole story is I'm torn because he said little did he know he would become the image. Now he became the image of inner city violence because he was gunned down at a young age, but he at the young age was also killing people. So it's twofold why he should be like the face of inner city violence. Not because he was dead. It should be twofold because he was killing and he was killed at that age.
know that he will become the poster child for inner city America. Yummy was born to a teenage mother and father. Mother was a crack addict and his father was in prison for drug-related crimes. Deemed unfit to take care of her son, Yummy's mother gave him to his grandmother. Yummy's mother would beat him until welts showed up on his legs and he had cigarette burns on his shoulders and backside. Yummy is from the Roseline neighborhood of Chicago. Yummy's grandmother's house was filled with 19 people as residents, leaving him open to continued neglect, so he began to lash out and misbehave badly. Over the years, that house became packed, up to 40 people living there, in and out. Really annoying, social workers realized that Yummy's grandmother wasn't too much more different than his mother. No hope for the child. As Yummy got older, he seen that no one cared about him but himself, and he had to do something to stay alive or he was going to die very soon. So he did just that. He quit school, and at 8 years old, he ran the streets of Chicago.
8.
He started stealing cars.
Imagine having to make that decision at 8. First, second grade, you decide it's best to drop out. And nobody's there to tell you no, not to do that.
And master driving before he was 10 years old. Yummy began to rob people for anything that they had. He became cold. He was hurt, disoriented, and he was in the field with wolves. A neighbor said Yummy would ask the kid for 50 cents. But the child was scared and he gave it to him anyway. He would ask for another 50 cents and just take it. He had every element of the neighborhood bullies packed in a 4'6" body. Yummy got the respect of the people in the neighborhood, even though he was a small child. So he makes a little team. No one fucked with him. Underneath the terror that Yummy brought to the streets, he was very loving towards his close friends, as he would often spend the night at their houses so he could have somewhere to comfortably stay. Yummy's neighbors couldn't stand him. He became a menace to society and didn't care about anyone who had something to say. There was no fear in his heart. He was coming to get his by any means necessary. He found himself caught up with the Black disciples, which turned out to be a fatal move. Black disciples often used children as drug runners or hitmen because they weren't old enough to receive serious punishment for their crimes. Yummy got caught up with law enforcement over and over but kept getting released. He felt untouchable. In the last year of his life, Yummy was receiving a felony a month. In the total, he had 23 felonies and misdemeanors under his belt before the age of 12. Yummy used to scare his lawyers and prosecutors in the courtroom. His nonchalant.
How's the juvenile system letting this young man out? This man, he said he had 20-something felonies before 12. How the fuck did he keep getting out? Who were they releasing him out to?
As drug runners or hitmen because they weren't old enough to receive serious punishment for their crimes. Yummy got caught up with law enforcement over and over but kept getting released. He felt untouchable. In the last year of his life, Yummy was receiving a felony a month. In the total, he had 23 felonies and misdemeanors under his belt before the age of 12. Yummy used to scare his lawyers and prosecutors in the courtroom. His nonchalant behavior and poise shook the shit out of them. He knew exactly what he was doing. He'd be in the courtroom chilling as if he was in the classroom board, not phased at all. In 1994, the homicide rate went up to a 931 record number still. In 2016, 731 people were murdered. Not much has changed. Yummy began making things hot. He got his first gun and carried it around like a toy, flashing into the neighborhood kids whenever he felt like it. People knew he was a BD, and because of that, they left him alone because of the fear of them. On August 28th, 1994, Yummy was ordered by a BD to take out a hit. He walks into a crowd full of people with his 9mm and shoots at everyone in his way. He kills his neighbor, Siobhan Dean. Right after he does that, he dips off. Yummy is on the run now for the last 3 days of his life. BD moving around safe houses and abandoned houses while a national manhunt for the kid was happening. No one could believe that an 11-year-old did that. Now he began to get scared. He figured that the gang protection wasn't shit, so he went back to his neighborhood and stood on the front porch. The neighbor comes outside and he asks if she can call his grandmother so he can turn himself in and to pray for him. The neighbor goes inside the house to make the call. As soon as she comes back outside, he's gone. Yummy ran into 2 fellow BD members, honor students, Derek Hardaway and his brother Craig. They promised to get him out of town. He gets in the car with them and they drive off. They drive to a railroad underpass and tell Yummy to get out the car. He does. They tell him to get on his knee. He does. And then they proceed to blow his brains out. 2 shots, left his body in the mud. His body was found the next morning in the same spot, and that's when he became a national icon for the inner city struggle with his copy of Time magazine. Days later, Yummy had a funeral. Bullets tore through his face, so he had to get stitched up, but it was still an open casket for people to see. Tupac was vividly upset at reading this article because he couldn't understand how a bunch of BDs could kill an 11-year-old kid, but they did it because they thought he would.
They had a national manhunt out for this 11-year-old kid. This 11-year-old kid in the last 12 months of his life picked up a different felony charge every month. He wasn't a normal kid, despite the word kid being constantly thrown around. He wasn't a normal kid. He was a killer. Kids do kill. Adults kill. Teenagers kill. Elderly people kill. Everyone kills. The only ones that don't kill are babies. They don't know how.
Come and inform him. Pac threatened the BDs at a concert saying, "I kill all you motherfuckers." Yummy became an inspiration to Tupac, and his name is featured in his album, Me Against the World. Here is Pac in prison with Yummy's picture behind him. Y'all want more little known hood stories like this? Let me know. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Hip Hop Lab. It's a news story from 1994 where they interviewed people in Yummy's neighborhood. Check out that news story right here, exclusively.
Is this nigga reading this shit? I like that. He the best documentary I done found, but y'all got to bear with my guy. Clearly he was hooked on phonics, but he got the best documentary I've seen.
Hip Hop Lab.
He paused. He's showing. This is funeral footage. Skipping.
Come on here now. Excuse me, I didn't tell you to come out here now.
Okay.
I didn't ask for no appreciation for comments on now.
She playing the film. She ain't that like
What is your problem?
It's a settlement suit. For what? She's playing in the tournament. Who she's playing? That's the grandmother. This is her house. Oh, okay.
This is a very sad moment of this time for us. Like the calendar of the deceased of Robert Sandifer. Robert is my grandson, and I love him. And we hope everybody else loves him. In spite of what somebody said, I don't care what nobody said. Robert is mine. He always have been mine. And I love him. And if I could give him part of my heart, I would bring him back as of today.
Well, ma'am, I know this is from '94, but I still got to ask, where the fuck was you at when he dropped out of school at 7 or 8? Talk about he had always been a part. Ma'am, the dude just said he was having to spend a night at friends and shit house, gang members' houses and shit, not yours. What in the entire fuck? Where was you at in all these felonies that was happening? I don't care what nobody said. Ma'am, you witnessed the shit. I'm gonna push play. Where my volume go? It just... What the hell?
And we hope everybody else loves him. In spite of what somebody said, I don't care what nobody said. Robert is mine. He always have been mine. And I love him. And if I could give him part of my heart, I would bring him back as of today.
And the sound cut out. I don't know why. Dang me. Truth ain't sharing her Saturday.
TV on the weekend. Not so much about what happens on Saturday and Sunday, although a lot goes on, that's for sure. Our TV, weekend TV, is about some of what happens Monday through Friday in Chicago and other places too. This weekend, for several hours this weekend, we'll tell you about Roseland, a neighborhood on the south side of Chicago, where people work and come home to houses that are freestanding and often surrounded by trees. Yeah, Roseland, where 2 kids died this past week and the week before. 2 young kids from fairly large families in a not so young neighborhood. This has been a big news story, a tragedy covered by media from all over the world. But there's a lot more to this drama than what you've seen, although we know you've seen and read a lot. Now, we ain't gonna give you 5-second sound bites, so don't even think about that. What we're gonna do is let people talk. Let them tell their stories. Stand around a bit, be themselves, and reveal who they are.
And one thing, she's a very neat young lady. She loved to keep her hair pretty, and she loved to keep herself neat and clean. She's a very clean young lady. And also, she was very polite. She was very polite to everybody. And she wouldn't say just 1 minute or 2 minute word that was wrong to nobody. She was just that kind of young lady.
First, I didn't believe it, and then when it was on the news, I believed it.
And what did happen here? What do you know about what happened here?
Yummy lived in a nice house and stuff like that. He was a 11-year-old boy. He got beat by his father. He had burn marks all over him, stuff like that.
His dad was in jail. That was his crackhead mama that was doing it. I think they said grandma too. They said that the little boys blamed it on the daddy. And they said he stayed in a nice house when he was homeless from all accounts.
Get beat. You ever see him get beat?
Not in front of and stuff like that. He was a 11-year-old boy. He got beat by his father. He had burn marks all over him, stuff like that.
Did you ever hear him get beat? Did you ever see him get beat?
Not in front of outside or nothing. Like when they get in trouble, I think they whoop them. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Did you ever complain about it?
For the younger brother, we knew that more. Before the older brother, that we didn't know nothing about him. Because he's being tried as an adult in his case.
How did that make you feel? I mean,
I didn't know what to feel when it first happened. I'm like, my brothers, and it's just like, but the family is doing great. That we receive the utmost support and with donations and so helping to pay for lawyers and stuff like that. We want to thank the people that have been giving us support and been leaving money in our mailbox.
People have been leaving money in your mailbox?
But they're leaving in their innocence. Right here at 126 East 105th Street, Chicago, Illinois, 60628. It's just like this.
And who lives there?
I do. Me and my family does.
Why do people believe that these fellows are innocent?
Everybody who knows them and who knows the family don't believe for one cotton second that they're capable of murder.
For the most part, we'll just let this tale tell itself and give you some angles you didn't see on the news. By now, everybody knows that a 14-year-old girl and an 11-year-old boy are dead. What we'll show you is that they left a set of circumstances behind. Complicated circumstances that have a lot to do with drugs, religion, and violence. On Weekend TV this week, we'll spend some time 100 blocks south of Grant Park with real people who live in Roseland, a working class neighborhood still mourning the deaths of Siobhan Dean and a kid named Yummy.
Going to be so very happy. Going to be so very happy.
You knew Siobhan, yeah?
She's my niece.
What's your name? What's your name, man?
Ida Falls.
What was she like?
What was Siobhan like? She was a very cheerful young lady, beautiful, outgoing. She was a good girl, real good girl, full of life, and she loved to come outside and play. She loved to do hair. She was beginning to start doing hair, and she loved to see beauty. She liked lots of beautiful things. She wasn't a bad girl. She was a church-going girl. She liked going to church, and she didn't hang with bad groups of girls. Most of the people that she be with was my two daughters, her two cousins, Delia and Felicia, and she just kind of stayed around in the neighborhood. So after she started kind of getting out the neighborhood, my daughter, she does hair at the beauty shop, and so Siobhan started going with my daughter, doing hair. And she mostly be up to her grandparents' house. My mother is a very strict lady. And when Siobhan go up there, my mother makes them stay in the house. She don't like for them to run around out here like a lost of children, just be running around. But see, my mother's not that type of lady because she's a minister. And she believes in kind of keeping the kids, in a close range. But Siobhan, she's beautiful.
How'd you find out about her death?
Has anybody noticed how these killers come up in the church? Not this girl. She wasn't a killer. I think she was just an innocent bystander. But I'm just saying overall. Have you noticed that like all these serial killers come up in the church? Strangest thing.
I find out.
Yeah.
Well, I live just right here, and I heard 2 shots. And when I heard the 2 shots, my 2 kids was on the porch. So I was sitting to the table eating my supper at the time. And I ran to the door. And so my daughter said, make the kids come in. So I told my son and my granddaughter to come in the house. So as they came in the house, I sat back down. So some told me to get up and go look out the window. So I just came to my window right there and looked out. So I saw my son, pressing back and forth, saying, call the police, call the police. And so then I ran out the back door with my shoes off. And he said, somebody's daughter is laying down here hurt. So, I don't care who child it is, I want to help. So I ran out the back door and ran right here. And I still didn't know it was my niece laying down there. And so my brother, he ran out the door and he ran right there. And then I'm pretty sure he said he knew it was his daughter. I'm pretty sure that my brother knew what she had on, her clothing. So he ran and he looked at her and he put his hand on her and felt her pulse. So he said, she still have a pulse. So he said, call the police. The police were there so quick. I mean, they was here on arrival. And so the police, they came and put white gloves on and they felt my niece, you know. But I knew, you know, she wasn't going to make it. And so my police said that she's not going to make it, you know. So they hurried up and they got everybody back. And so they immediately moved Siobhan, took her to the hospital. And that's when they pronounced her death.
Where was she shot?
In the back of her head. Because, see, to what I saw, she had her coat kind of tilted over her face. So when my brother moved her coat, she had her hand like this, you know, laying. And it looked like her eye was swollen. And her whole head, she was laying in a puddle of blood. And her brains moved across her face, moved across her face. I knew she didn't like it. It was just so quick. It just happened so quick. And me, myself, you know, I've been in shock for over a week now. And I'm just now really trying to come back to reality because it's still, I just can't believe it, you know. To me, it's still, it's still a great shock, you know. I just can't believe it. You know.
Miss Daly, that explains why you don't smile. You're from Chicago. That explains it. I get it now.
Yes, maybe I just don't want to believe she gone. I just don't want to believe she gone because I think it's bad and it's crucial for a young lady to be cut down that way, you know, so quick without a cause. I mean, she haven't did anything to nobody, and she was a good young lady, good student in school. You know, all the teachers, they all loved her, and you know, she was happy that she'll be going back to high school. She was really looking forward to going back to school, you know. And I did some volunteer work over there at quarters. And so I said, well, Siobhan, I'll be there. You just come home looking forward to see you. So she was just happy, too happy. Now, you know, I won't see her when she get over there. And I just can't, right now, I just can't accept that she gone. But I'm trying to deal with it. But by the grace of the good Lord, you know, he's praying me through, you know. It's hard on the family. It's still hard on the family. It's going to take a while. But, you know, the Lord is good. He's going to bring us through. Because he's a good guy, you know. He's not going to leave us feeling bad. God going to give us that good feeling. He's going to justify us, let us know that we can go on from here. Because Siobhan was a big part of our life. And also, it took a plug out of us. It took a big plug out of so many people. Because everybody loves Siobhan, you know. Siobhan's, woo!
Yes.
You go be a pen pal to that girl like The Truth?
What? No.
Why not? You think you on her side, writer? Get an interview.
You know, I may write her. I absolutely may. You right. I ain't gonna be no. Well, I guess I will be. I don't know, but that's a good idea. Hopefully,
Where's she at in Atlanta?
Yes. Well, Lithonia, Georgia.
That's outside of it.
Yeah,
she needs some people to do interviews and stuff. You can go to the jail and interview her and stuff. Or you can hit you have a collect call from.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good idea to reach out to her. You worth something, Trey.
Sometimes. Just a little bit.
They had a big smile all the time, and everybody would say, Siobhan, you act so goofy, because she just kept a smile all the time. She laughed. You know, Siobhan laughed and she was sad. You never know if there was any sadness upon her, because she's a godson child. You know, you never know what you got until it's gone.
For in every word, and I trust in those things I know and I know not. For those acknowledgments from your father and mother too. And those things, they are sensitive.
I'm surprised the truth hadn't come out and called Trump racist, because the only black person that was indicted with him on that case is still in jail.
Has man or the truth done anything on the fact that he?
No, them niggas is slacking. No,
out of 20 minutes and things of that nature.
Yeah, well, they knew that was going to happen, because I mean, he's from out of state. They put the indictment in. His lawyer did it, and they already know what they charged with. They welded. They don't have to sit like everybody else. It's not anything. Even though I think it's fucked up.
But you do know that this black guy, and I can't remember his name right off, that's also involved with that whole debacle, and he wasn't granted bail.
So, that's why he's still in jail, because he didn't get bail?
I think that's why. I got to be sure. I saved the story to go read it, but I just skimmed over it. But yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, that he's on no bond for some reason. I don't know. But
now, Uncle Trump, you're going to have to get my G out. That he the only nigga that went to bat for you in Georgia. Now you got to get my nigga out. Get Rudy to do something. This looks bad, Trump. This looks bad. Get him out. He going to get him out, y'all. He going to work his magic. Yeah, but none of them rich motherfuckers had to stay in there long. I like, at least make them do 4 hours. Shit.
Child, they didn't even make it to the cell. They stood right there at the child. They didn't even make it to a cell. 20 minutes straight. 20 minutes.
Them folks so damn green. Then they fucking with Trump talking about he put 215 on the form. Was he lying? Like, if that's what y'all got to talk about. Is his weight accurate? Did I hear mad in them
I'm still traumatized over the mugshot. I'm still traumatized over the mugshot. I'm sorry.
I wish I had known about the debate. I'd have probably tried to stream it. But I didn't know about it. I gotta start paying attention to these things so I can know who these Republican candidates are.
Surrounds and feelings on this.
To the Democrats, y'all have no idea who the Republican candidates are. Y'all don't give a shit. Y'all just like, I'm not voting for them. Politics. Vice versa.
For these things, I thank you, and I thank you, and I thank you again for sobriety and the ill-mannered measure of our personalities and our differences. I cannot always go into the aptitudes and the realities or the moralities of our differences. Our male and female coincides. There have been homosexual victims and suicides and rapes and murders that are not contemptible of our orators, but some things are best said under glasses and prayer and protected. There's many Semitisms and anti-Semitisms and semantics, and there are those that will never know and those that predicate and misunderstand us in some misconstruous form. However, simple household techniques are the best to abide in some ceramic ways have caused us many problems and difficulties. However, I have some friends and I've been dismayed at some of the orders here. But for this day, we were than I ever were. The time.
We've been asking people about Robert. We went to the scene when he was killed. We talked to people about it. We thought it was a pretty sad situation. This is the first time we were at the house. You're the first relative I've spoken to or I've met. I just want to know what you think, what kind of guy he was.
Hey man, he was a little kid.
He was a kid?
Yeah.
You see this, how old was he?
He was 11.
11. What was he like when he was a little kid?
He was a sweet little kid. And he wasn't violent. And he wasn't bad. The way
He wasn't violent to me. Never mind.
you got it, the way they talking about now, that's not true. It's not true.
Like when you say,
Every time somebody says something, they change it around. He was this and he was that, and I know that he was not.
well, what was he like? In other words, when he was growing up, like, did he have a sense of humor?
Well, he didn't stay with her.
Yes, he did.
How did you find out that your nephew was killed?
What you mean I found out?
Did you get a phone call?
No. They just brought a picture here.
If I was to see this young man on the street, I've never seen him, right? What would I see? What did he look like? Was he a tall fellow?
No, he was just short. He was very short. To be his age, he was real short.
Was he a bright fellow? Was he a smart guy?
Yeah, he was very bright and very smart. He can draw, he can read, he can write.
What kind of food did he like? I mean,
he loved food, gyros. You know, he ate a lot. When Mama had barbecues, he ate that. He ate a lot. Because he loved cookies.
Everything was yummy because he loved cookies.
Yeah.
Who was his favorite cookie?
Chocolate chip. Oreo. You know them chocolate chips in the blue bag? That's what he liked.
What's your name?
My name is Gordon.
Did you have, like, when he was growing up, did he have any heroes? Did he have any sports heroes?
Well, he liked a lot of cars. He liked to fix on cars and stuff like that.
Did he ever talk about what he wanted to be when he was growing up?
Not to my knowledge. Maybe to my mother, but not to me.
That's my daughter coming there. They was all together.
That time?
That's my daughter.
Your daughter was with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how my daughter Felicia.
I don't know why.
They came outside to play. She can give you that.
Felicia. Hi, my name is Anthony Jones. The night that Siobhan was killed, right? What were you all doing up here that night?
You got me on this one. No,
That's all you can eat. Go ahead. Bro, eat all these places.
Hey, man.
I can tell you. She can't take it. She been going through something real bad. Both of my daughters been going through real bad. Hey, babe, I'm sorry, but anyway, they was outside playing. My daughter, yeah, they went around the front. They always take walks. They love to walk. They just walk. And I tell them all the time, y'all stop walking so much. Why y'all be walking so much? But they young folks, you know, they know you're not gonna catch no young person that's gonna stay in no house. And they got some older folks that's not gonna stay in no house. But me, myself, by all the shooting going on in the community, you could be, you know, you could be standing on your porch and just so quickly, somebody coming driving down the street, they'll start shooting. You gotta run in your house. My next door neighbor, he's a minister, Reverend Stanley. He's my cousin. He was standing on the porch. He was standing on the porch. And it was like in daytime, close to evening time. They came by there shooting until he fell down on his knees, crawling like a baby, with his hand up on his doorbell, trying to get in his house to tell his wife to open the door and let him in. They were shooting that tough, and that's bad.
I found out she was killed when I heard something. They were yesterday. I saw her. They were shooting every night when I spent the night over my grandma's house. Cause my grandma's house is across the street from here. They were shooting over there, and I thought somebody got killed over there. So we ran outside, and then we couldn't go there because my grandma said don't go over there.
Is there a lot of shooting around here?
Yeah, especially on 108th, the 108th Street. 108th.
How long has the shooting been going on? Years? Months?
Well, months, no, few weeks, months and weeks. Yeah, months. It just started back last week over the game.
94. It's 2023. Ain't nothing changed.
Are you scared when you
Except
go
they got
outside?
switches now.
Sometimes
I'm not scared. When it works.
at night. Yeah, at night. Because that's when they all come out shooting close to your house. Scared to get by the window.
Yeah.
They might shoot through the window and shoot you.
Did you think Yummy ever did any shooting?
I know the little boy, I took some time out with him. And he seemed kind of quiet, you know, he respects me. And he liked to be with me. I never had 1 minute a problem with that young man. I took him on a trip with me at the police department. We had a program down there for the kids, you know, that I did some volunteer work at 5th District with Officer Meter and Sergeant Joseph and Officer Banner. So I didn't have no problem with him. He was kind of quiet. And even in the community, you know, brief, being with him, I never had any problem with him.
He would invent something like connect two bikes together, put one frame on the back, and then it's like two bikes in one. He invents stuff.
Invent something?
Yeah.
So he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
How long did you know him?
Really all my life. He used to live on the northwest side when I live on 109. He lived across the street from me. Down the street.
What is a kid like? Tell me that. A kid is a kid. Born without education, and all the education that he will learn it as he grows. As yourself and I. A normal kid, caught up in the jungle and taken away.
I can't say who did it because I wasn't there. I cannot say something happened that I didn't see. You know, I'm not the judge. God is the judge. You know, that's for God to judge. It's not for me. My thing, I don't think that he killed my niece. I can't say because it was at nighttime, and nighttime has no eyes, and bullets have no direction. So I wasn't there. But all I can say that deep down in my heart, I love the little boy. And I do have deep sympathy for the family. I do care about the family because I do know of the family. And the family, I don't have no bad feeling toward the family, no kind of way, because I'm saved in Christ Jesus. And God's spirit doesn't deal the other way. See, my father, he does the judgment, not me. Only thing I could do, I went around there and I gave a donation to the family, and I gave them my deep sympathy. And if anything I could do for the family, you know, I'm there for them.
Sherman! Excuse me. Hold it. 1 second. Please. Please. Hey.
Yes.
Hi.
CBS.
Who do you blame for all this?
I have no comment. I mean,
Tell me a little bit about Robert.
Robert was a nice child. I mean, down to earth.
Are the reports that we hear about him accurate, or what children? Are the reports that we hear about him accurate? About him getting arrested, about the problems with him, about the abuse? Is any of that accurate? Are you surprised at all? Yeah, really. But they blew it out of proportion. Can you believe it?
That's definitely the mom. This bitch said, when they said, can you believe attention that this shit is? She said, yeah, because they blew it out of proportion. Ma'am, your son was abused. He had cigarette burns on him. They literally just reported what went on and said, well, maybe this is why he was acting that way. They didn't blow it out of proportion. They also found it sad that the life he was living at 11 years old got him killed by his fellow gang members. He burnt up the spot. And you said they blew it out of proportion. Now keep in mind, I don't know what, you couldn't hear what she said when he asked, are the reports true about the abuse in his record and stuff? I couldn't hear what she said. I'm sure they were able to. I don't know. This juvenile, they shouldn't have been able to pull up the juvenile record, but they said he had that many felonies. I'm sure they saw it.
Yeah, what up? What? What do you say? You can't believe what this happened? Why? It's the reality. It's happening all over every day, nationwide.
Ain't shit to the end.
What do you say? You can't believe what this happened? Why? It's the reality.
I can't believe it happened because this is reality and I ain't been there for the no way. And she's holding another baby while she's having this conversation.
Happening all over every day, nationwide.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's actually CMA and his mom funeral crying. I don't know how that footage got put in this video, but that's actually CMA and his mom's funeral crying.
Oh, my baby! Woo! Yummy! 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 Yummy!
Come on.
Yummy! Live for the last time, y'all. He won't be back no more. Yummy! Yummy, 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 girl, yummy, girl, yummy, girl. He won't be back no more. I love you, baby. I love you, baby. I love you. Oh, Lord.
That is a woman, but if you listen close, you'll hear CMA saying, "Mommy." He's saying, "Mommy." I just turned it into a joke. No, that's his grandma.
As far as, you know, me and my son, the time that I got to know him, he was nice to me.
How did you learn about his death?
A phone call.
A phone call.
Yes.
Okay. You're doing like all kinds of statements.
He didn't try to contact his grandma or his mama when the nationwide manhunt was out for him because he walked into a crowd shooting people and I think killing one. He ain't called grandma and them then because they said the girl said, "Can I call your grandma for you?" And she went in the house, came back, and he was gone.
The statements about this and that, bad things. You know. What do you have to say?
Well, I'm not going to get myself upset about what the people think about me, you know, because I still got to let live and let live, you know. So I'm sorry about the people, you know, want to believe whatever want to believe about Sandifer. I can't change the world. opinions or whatever, because I know what I am, and what I am is what I am, and what I never be, I will never be.
What did you try to do to your son? What did you try to teach your son? You only had a little time.
I said, as far as the little things that I got, as far as the little cars, to let them drive me around and stuff like that, you know, and we used to play ball and, you know, sing songs and stuff like that.
Let your son drive your cars.
He was all right, really down to earth. He was a nice kid, you know. Just got mixed up in the wrong crowd. They just blew it out of proportion, you know. And I would like to, well, yeah, they just blew it out of proportion.
You say you like tell us what your son's really like and to correct the record.
He's an average 11-year-old child that, you know, maybe get hooked up with the wrong group of kids, and, you know, kids and tends to these to other things. Maybe he really didn't probably know better, you know. Who's a nice kid, you know.
He probably didn't know no better. Boy said, didn't nobody care about him but him. That's grandma, mama, everybody.
It's like a long police record. I mean, Sandifer was 9 years old.
Yeah.
For the last 2 years, that was 2 years. It was like 2 years.
Well, I try to talk to Robert during those times, you know.
What did you say to him?
I would ask him to.
First, she said the shit was blown out of proportion, but then when they pulled up, well, he's been getting arrested since he was 9. What would you say to that? I tried to talk to him for them during that time.
Yo, child.
He wasn't in school during that time. You knew he wasn't in school.
They just blew it out of proportion, you know. And I like to, well, yeah, they just blew it out of proportion.
You say you like tell us what your son's really like and to correct the record.
He's an average 11-year-old child that, you know, maybe get hooked up with the wrong group of kids, you know, kids and tends to these to other things. Maybe he really didn't probably know better, you know. Who's a nice kid, you know.
It's like a long police record. I mean, Sandifer was 9 years old.
Yeah.
For the last 2 years, that was 2 years. It was like 2 years.
Well, I try to talk to Robert during those times, you know.
What did you say to him?
I would ask him to, you know, get into some kind of boy club, or is it any Boy Scouts, or, you know, community centers and stuff.
I would talk to him and I would ask him, I would ask the 9-year-old, is there this, that, and the third that you could do? But you as an adult should know these things, and you should have took them. Anyway.
Like that, because I have my other kids in community centers.
What did he say to you about the way he was living? Did he defend it?
He was like an average kid, you know. You tell a kid time to go out of one ear and another ear, you know.
What did he say? Oh, mom, don't worry about me?
Yeah, something like that, yeah. I'll be all right, yeah.
What's your name?
Tiffany.
Let your 10-year-old son say, don't worry about me. I'll be all right. And she's saying this shit with a straight face on the news. The second time on the news. Heard the first time when she was walking fast and saying they blew it out of proportion and all that other shit.
And what's your baby's name?
Precious Sterling.
You live across the street from Robert. Did you know him? What did it look like? If I was to see him on the street, what would I see?
Dark skin, short, braids in his hair.
Brazen?
Braids.
Braids? How long did you know him?
Since I've been staying around here.
How long was that?
About a year.
Yeah? What was he like?
Bad.
Damn. Mama and them said, oh, he ain't did nothing. Old neighbor that's just been in the neighborhood a year, describe him. That nigga was bad.
How long did you know him?
Since I've been staying around here.
How long was that?
About a year.
Yeah? What was he like?
Bad.
Bad? Like when you say bad, what do you mean?
fighting, stealing, breaking people out.
I think you should
Shut up. Somebody open up that door.
Did you ever see like the police coming to his house?
Every other day.
Every other day the police would come to his house. When you found out that he was killed, right? What did you think?
I mean, it shocked me. He shouldn't have got killed like that. I mean, he didn't have to die the way he was killed, but that's the life you live. That's what happened.
Yes, I think the child was lost. The child was from a home without the proper upbringing that he needed. He had, like I said, from 22 months old. How many babies, 22 months old and got two brothers or a brother and sister or whatever, but he has two other siblings, 3 and 5 years old, and you get to take a 22-month baby to the hospital with cigarette burns on his butt? Please, that's brutality on that child. And then the baby's left in the care of a 3 and a 5 year old. Where's the responsibility for that? But then how can you blame the mother? Maybe she had her own problems too. And as long as the cycle keeps going like that, it's not broken by responsibility within the community. So
you can blame her because she chose to smoke crack and have 3 kids. All those were choices. Nobody made her have kids or smoke crack.
the government is taking away. These women know that as soon as they're not going to have a welfare check to go to, and they sure can't get a job because they're not educated. They get on drugs, they do what's necessary, they have the problems out here. Of course, they give the life to the child, they get it, maybe it's a baby and treat it like a doll at first, but then the child starts crying. You know, if you're young, how you cope with that? And the cycle just keeps going and going and going. There has to be a break somewhere. I don't know the answers. I really don't know the answers, but something has to give. Something has to give, because the way that things are now, they're economically depressed, which brings down their own mentality as parents, because they can't give their children the things that they need in life, the things that they want. You get all these people sitting up there with, what is it, Nike shoes.
That's the answer there, Miss Lady. You said they are economically depressed because they can't give their kids what they want. How about you not have kids until you're able to give them what they want? It's a real simple solution. Life is hard enough by yourself. Just everybody that ain't got kids, just think about how hard life was before you had kids. What the people without kids? Just think how hard life is without kids. Do you really want to add another? It's double hard when you have a child. So all you people who ain't got kids, who may be thinking about it, it's extra hard when you have kids, because it got harder for you. Then you got to take on their little problems and hardships and things of that nature. So until you're prepared, why not wait? And notice I didn't say don't have sex. I said don't produce any kids.
Starter jackets, things that a normal parent can't afford to go and buy their children. If you're working every day and you got 3 kids, how you gonna go out here and spend $300 on a pair of shoes? That's a whole week's salary. And you still gotta put food on the table, other clothes on their back, and a roof over their head. No, not with a single parent. So what these kids see, they want it, they go get it. Instead of getting a job, there are none for them. They go out here, they make minimum wage, maybe, if they can get hired. And if you don't look right, you don't get hired. If you don't live in the right neighborhood, you can't work. That's what it amounts to. So something has to give.
The gangs taking over the community. They want to take over. You know, everybody want to have a turf. This is my turf. You can't come in this neighborhood, even though if you one side of the game and you another side, you're not allowed to come to the community. You know, you got to go around another way because you're on another side. If another gang come through, they want to beat him up. He don't have no turf. I mean, this is God's world. You know,
When did all this start? Okay.
I lost a shooting in
years ago.
What's funny about this? They don't have a turf. There's literally holy wars going on in Jerusalem and Israel over there. God's land. They arguing over God's turf. That's funny.
No, I said last 2 years, it seemed like it got a little bad. It got a little worse, you know.
And what was the cause of it getting worse? You know, well, this is like a middle-class neighborhood, right? All of a sudden, all this stuff starts happening. Okay, it's drugs or what is it?
Well, you know, drug is a supplement, and drug is a control. And I don't believe that drug is going to be taken out the community.
Did she say drugs was a supplement? I don't take that back.
What was the cause of it getting worse? You know, I mean, this is like a middle-class neighborhood, right? All of a sudden, all this stuff starts happening. Okay, it's drugs or what is it?
Well, you know, drug is a supplement, and drug is a control. And I don't believe that drug is going to be taken out the community. I just don't believe it, you know. Because, see, there are bigger, higher authority is behind drugs, okay? Drugs are all in the hospital. Drug is all in the jailhouse. So you cannot take the drugs out. I just don't believe it. It would be a miracle for drug supplement to come out. Because some people have to have the drugs. You know, even when you're in the hospital, you have to have drugs.
Hey, you shouldn't have let a 10, 11-year-old join in the first place.
You have to have certain things that are anesthetic for deadening and numbing of your teeth. You have to have some type of drug to calm a person down when they're over there intently power. You know, drug is a controlled substance.
So what kind of purpose of the drug system is?
She's trying to say a controlled substance, but she keeps saying controlled supplement. She ain't saying substance, she's saying supplement, but she cutting it off and saying it's a controlled supplement. Oh boy. We know how to butcher some words. We do.
Well, if a drug is being served through all out the community, it's a money thing. Because they don't have enough jobs for people's young men to go to work. They don't have the citizen for children to go into to do things. The young men don't know nothing else to do but sell drugs because
y'all know all of this. Why in the fuck do y'all keep producing kids? It would be different if you were hearing men say this in the interviews. The people that can actually control every kid getting her is telling y'all, well, it ain't shit for the kids to go to an environment fucked up and with poor and broke, but they keep having kids.
They ain't got nothing to do. I mean, they don't have no education. They don't want to go back to school. And fact about that, sell drugs because they ain't got nothing to do. I mean, they don't have no education. They don't want to go back to school. And fact about it, it's not enough job. If you don't have no education, they don't want to hire you. And if you have a record, they still don't want to hire you. So what is there for them to do but to go and make some fast money? They gotta live. They have family to support just like anybody else. They gotta live. And if they don't sell drugs and try to do something for themselves, they're gonna kill up one another. So what is there for the young black man to do?
I would say children are dying rapidly. Day after day. Maybe it's time we open our eyes and make a better place to stay. From the older generation to the young generation, please do down the guns. What happened to things like toys and trucks causing so much blood? It's time to open the eyes of our youth, and let's be realistic. If the violence doesn't stop here, there will be many more signs of justice. So let's all strive as hard as we can to get our communities back. Because in time, we let them understand what country got in black.
You would think they were the brightest kids in the whole world. If you met the most intellectual persons that you would meet, in which they're being railroaded.
It was cool. Yeah. Kids play ball. Who's a good ball player?
Craig.
Yeah, Derek too.
My phone was the basketball players. Nope.
I don't think they did. No.
And I don't even think that little boy did anything like that.
That was cool.
It was cool.
Did you know the boy?
Huh?
Did you know the little boy?
Yeah, well, my friend, he go to VV. Convolution.
He was your friend. What was he like?
He was bad.
A beast man.
There's somebody else that knew him that wasn't family that described him as bad. I see a common theme here.
Would you say Robert Sandifer was bad, right?
Yeah.
Would you say the Hardaway boys are bad?
Nope. Because they ain't never been, when they was around here, they wasn't bad.
Were they in the game?
I don't know. I came back around from my father's house.
I believe in my brother's innocence, which I'm sticking right by my brother's side. Because like that's my brother.
Your name again?
Catrice. Katrice.
Okay. One more question. You know, it's like sometimes these things happen to you, you know? It's like the media is kind of impersonal, you know? But it seems to be these are people, human beings. You know?
And the media is, as in the media, they're portrayed out to be vicious criminals and a cold-hearted killer. And that is not true, not by a long shot. Not by a long shot. Which the media have been printing a lot of false information too, saying that they confessed, which they have confessed or admitted nothing. Yeah, but I'm strong. Mr. Family's getting through this. What doesn't kill you only makes you strong.
The children, praise God. Somebody counted my grandchildren and great-grands and says I had 106 altogether, grandchildren and great-grands. I give them all the love I can. And I teach them all I can about the Lord. Praise the Lord. You cannot make children live holy, but you can teach them how to live holy. Praise God. And not one that passed through my home that I didn't tell them about the Lord. Praise God. I showed Brother David all the love I could show him when he believed it. Now he's gone. Praise God. I don't have an answer for it. Praise God. I can't tell you where he's gone. That's up to God. I'm not talking to him now. I'm talking to the one that led me. Give your life to the Lord. Why you have a team? And that's not here in Chicago. That's all over the world. That same devil is everywhere. Praise God. You got to come to God. The only hope. Only hope is in God. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.
That's the time that everybody rushes out because singing is okay, talks are okay, and comes back to the word. That's not too exciting. I sit there, my brothers read, and I look at the family and look at them.
But this nigga said when it's time to give money, people run out. The pastor just beg in the middle of the film.
Only hope is in
That's the time that everybody rushes out because singing is okay, talks are okay, and comes back to the word. That's not too exciting. I sit there and I look at the family. Look at the mother. Look at the reaction of the grandmother. Then I listen to great grandmother. She talked and expressed her love. And the midst of that, talked about how important it is to be taught about God. Our message is not for Robert, for there's nothing we can say for the young man that will help or hurt him. Right? He was a child. As much as anybody might want to say he was grown and this and that, 11 years old, still a child. A child who grew up in a rough world. And I thought about that, and I looked at the statistics, and I see that our world is just messed up. And I thought about the president who introduced the crime bill. And I was talking to some people the other day, and I said, you know, the crime bill is no surprise to me. Because before the crime bill was introduced,
Biden introduced the crime bill.
They were already building more prisons. Everybody's building and doing things, and it's not in a corrective way. It's only to house people after the crime is committed. You say take the guns away. But before you take the guns, and even in taking the guns, there is a basic ingredient that we're leaving out. I don't care how many laws are legislated. I don't care how many bills the Congress passes. Yes. Without the nucleus of what has made America, America, we are headed for destruction. What is it? We know the problem. Yes, sir. Everybody knows the problem. Yes. We look at the problem, we deal with the problem on a daily basis. We talk about it, we discuss it, we have discussions about it, we sit down and talk shows. The Congress, they talk about it, they deliberate about this and that. But my brothers and sisters, we're leaving out the main ingredient that is the solution to the problem. We talk about programs and we say, okay, let's put programs in the community. And after putting programs in the community, say, okay, let's get some jobs. Then after we get the jobs, okay, let's get an education. Okay, after that, then all of these things have to have a catalyst. Yeah. Something has to bring all of these things together in order for them to work. Midnight basketball games, pulling people off the street, put them in sports. How many of them can actually make the professional arena? It's very, very, very limited. So what is the answer? What is the solution? Where do we go from here?
First of all, you get some love. And that was the main thing that was lacking. From a baby, they must have love. Secondly, they must have discipline within their life to learn the differences between right and wrong. Thirdly, they must be shown compassion and responsibility. They have to be accountable for their actions, take responsibility for their actions.
Money has not come up on this list, and the number one thing everybody says is economics, 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 economics. Money is not on her top three things yet. Let's see if she lists money.
And fourthly, you have to let them go once they get to a certain age where they make their own decisions, right or wrong.
She listed 4 things. Money was not one of them. So they got all of these things and they're still poor, and you're not able to buy them what they want.
For their actions, take responsibility between right and wrong. First of all, you give them love.
The professional arena is very, very, very limited. So what is the answer? What is the solution? Where do we go from here?
First of all, you give them love. And that was the main thing that was lacking. From a baby, they must have love. Secondly, they must have discipline within their life to learn the differences between right and wrong. Thirdly, they must be shown compassion and responsibility. They have to be accountable for their actions, take responsibility for their actions. And fourthly, you have to let them go. Once they get to a certain age where they make their own decisions, right or wrong, they learn to live by them, and apples don't fall too far from the tree. If they go astray, they don't stay stray long once they have the basic foundations for life. If they don't have them, then they're already lost.
Inasmuch as it has pleased Almighty God to take out of the world the soul of this our deceased son, we therefore commit his body to the ground. To earth. Just those of us that are alive and we call them together. Therefore, shall forever.
You can't go to town, brother. Mama got to tell you something. I got to tell you something. I know he's me. I couldn't reach him. I couldn't reach him. I couldn't come to him. I tried to come to the rescue, but I couldn't find him. I tried. I know you wanted it. I know you wanted it. I know you did. Mama said, when you get everything. Mama said, come in. I know you wanted it. I know you wanted it, brother. I know you wanted it.
Choose the family.
Let me play this last. I found this other video from 13 days ago. This documentary was all over the place.
Yummy wasn't your average kid and didn't have much in life. He was abused by his mother, resulting in him being removed by state workers after they found him covered in bruises with...
I see a comment already that says 400 people came to his funeral. If only they could have come to his aid while he was alive. That lady that was hollering at the end of that last video, where was she at when he was getting a felony per month the last month? I mean, the last year of his life. Where was all that energy? He had a warrant. They had a national manhunt out for an 11-year-old for murder.
Cigarette burns on his body, including his buttocks. He then moved with his grandmother in his early years.
Excuse me, I didn't tell you to come. God. And I love him. And we hope everybody else love him. Instead of what somebody said, I don't care.
11, even though his family said something different. Until he got into legal trouble and spent time in the juvenile facilities. He was allegedly robbing, getting into shootouts, and breaking into houses at the early ages of 9 and 11, even though his family said something different.
Hey man, he was a little kid. He was a kid? Yeah, sweet little kid. He wasn't violent.
Go by Rudeville /
bad. The way they got it, the way they talking about now, that's not true. It's not true.
He would join a gang called 8 Ball around his age too, which now they go by Rudeville / Dirty Perry Crazy. They are mostly black disciples located on 108th and Wentworth. They are also clicked up with 104L, Snake Pit, Trouble City, and Princetown, which makes up Wentworth Mile. They beef with sets like 10-7, D Block, 10-3, Shannon Block, MMG, Lurryland, and 11-5 and East Spot. Yummy joined the 8-Ball Black Disciples at only the age of 9 or 10, and he had BDN tatted on his right forearm. And at the age of 11, Yummy had a rap sheet including charges of theft, arson, and armed robbery. Yummy was known around the neighborhood as the Kid of Terror. He also picked fights with other kids and stole from the local convenience stores.
You live across the street from Robert. Did you know him? What did he look like? If I was to see him on the street, what would I see?
Dark skin, short, braids in his hair.
Brazen?
Braids.
Braids? How long did you know him?
Since I've been staying around. Fighting still.
He's coming to us out.
8-Ball set would make him do all the dirty work. They would, and him being a kid, he was referred to as Shorty, which made him the lowest ranking gang member in the gang. So the 8-Ball set would make him do all the dirty work. They would allegedly give him candy for doing dirty work. That's why they would call him Yummy, allegedly. But it was August 28, 1994. It was the later evening hours on a Sunday when officers responded to calls of shots fired. When Chicago police officer William Cullinane, he found a 16-year-old boy suffering from gunshot wounds near 108th Street and Perry Avenue. The victim was Keontae Britton. He was bleeding from the abdomen and was moaning to Cullinane leaning down. The officer asked him, "Who shot you?" He responded and said, "Yummy shot me." Britton said, "I think his name is Robert," which was Robert Sandifer, aka Yummy. But on that day, the shootings he was linked to were occurring faster than the police could investigate them. Less than 2 hours later, after Officer Cullinane supplied a detective with the information he had to pick up a photo of Yummy when he was notified of another shooting. In this incident, 2 teens were hit. Siobhan Dean, 14 years of age, died immediately. Sammy C managed to escape with a graze wound in one of his legs and a bullet wound in his left hand.
But Siobhan, so he's linked to, that's why they were talking about her so much in that video. So he was linked to her death. It makes sense why the grandma said, "Oh, I can't say he did it because I wasn't there."
Beautiful. Well, I live just right here. I heard 2 shots. And when I heard the 2 shots, my 2 kids was, so I told my son and my granddaughter to come in the house. I said, "I'm here hurt." So, I don't care who child is. I want to help her. And the police, they came.
Yummy went on the run.
The police, they came and put white gloves on, and they felt my niece, but I knew, she wasn't going to make it.
His intended target was a gang member that was leaving his house at the time on that block. Yummy went on the run immediately after these shootings, after people told him that the police was out looking for him. Plus, some of the members from 8-Ball gang came together to figure out what they would do with Yummy. After this situation started getting major attention from the media, and it turned into a high-profile case overnight. By midnight, he was being sought out by Chicago police as well as FBI agents. Over 20 to 30 officers was on the lookout for a 4, 6, 11-year-old. For the next 3 days, he was on the run and even stopped at a family member's house. But when she went back in the house and came back out, Yummy was gone. Cassandra Cooper testified she was on her porch with a group of children when they pointed out Sandifer, aka Yummy, as he walked down the street. Aware that the police was searching for him, she called out to him and he walked over. Cooper said after she decided to walk the boy home, he scurried away right after a police squad car pulled up to question the other children about being out after curfew. Cooper said Yummy even returned after the police left. He said that he wanted to turn himself into the police and he wanted his grandmother to turn him in. So Yummy gave her his grandmother's number, and so Cooper went to call her. And a few minutes later, after she called him, his grandmother, Janie Fields, drove down the street slowly. Cooper flagged her down and introduced herself to her. She told her that she was the one that called her and she had him. But by the time they walked up to the porch, Yummy was gone again. Jamisha Cooper, her 18-year-old daughter, testified in court that when her mother was talking to his grandmother, Fields, 14-year-old Derek Hardaway, who was also a member of the 8-Ball set, he told her that he was going to take Yummy out of town and keep him safe. Right as Yummy climbed over the porch and left, Cassandra Cooper, the mother, said she was stunned at how quickly Yummy disappeared, but the grandmother believed that she didn't have him at all. 14-year-old Derek Hardaway then met up with his brother, 16-year-old Craig Hardaway. Instead of keeping Yummy safe, it was ordered by higher-ranking gang members to take him out. The reason was for him being a high risk of him getting caught and snitching on people. So 16-year-old Craig Hardaway and 14-year-old Derek Hardaway drove to a railroad underpass at East 108th Street and forced Yummy to his knees and shot him twice in the back of the head. The police would find his lifeless body in the early morning hours of September 1st, 1994. The Hardaway brothers were convicted of Yummy's murder. Derek Hardaway received 45 years in prison. He was released in 2016. And Craig Hardaway, who pulled the trigger while his brother drove the getaway car, will be released December 8th, 2023.
Either you do this or you die.
And that's how it always goes, man. It's not like any wiggle room when you live in that lifestyle.
A lot of people don't know that he actually took him home. And I can just feel someone right. So when I asked him what's going on, he told me everything. I refused to let him go by himself.
I should have been more of a big brother and just get out. All right.
More than 400 people attended Yummy's funeral, and this was major headlines for the news back then. But that'll be about it for this video. Make sure you like or dislike, comment, and subscribe. Let me know down in the comments what y'all want to see next. And as always, stay blue.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I got for y'all. Truth, you got anything? Announcements, anything of that
Nah,
nature?
I'm here. I just been listening, child. It's a lot.
Oh, I gotta get my ass up in the morning. See about getting this child in preschool. It's from 9 to 11:25. It's a 2-hour window.
Wait a minute, on a Saturday?
Yeah, man, send me an email. It said it's invitation only, so.
Oh wow, superstar.
It's the one down the street from the house, so I got a hop on it.
Oh wow. She sleep? How long she been sleep?
Like 9:30, 9:35ish.
Yeah, maybe she'll sleep all night.
Should be all right, niggers. See y'all tomorrow.
All righty. Good night, y'all.
It's 2:32 in the morning. We in the booth high the motherfucker. State gang, the mob. True sippers. We in too deep. It's a lot of motherfucking hating going on, but that ain't shit, man.
The money still coming, these niggas still hate, these bitches still choosing. I'm in the streets daily, hopping out fresh courtesy of the yayo. Got a knot in my pocket, same side as potatoes. The money still coming, these niggas still hate, these bitches still choosing. I'm in the streets daily, hopping out fresh courtesy of the yayo. Got a knot in my pocket, same side as potatoes. Money gotta shine, so money gotta bubble. You say you icy, but your diamonds looking super cluttered. I look like a star, call me the Big Dipper. I keep a pocket full of faces, paper ain't an issue. Shawty jockey say look like I'm signed to Def Jam. I'm independent, baby girl, I'm just going ham. She say she love my diamonds, she wanna wear my jewelry. I'm a lottery big bitch, call me Stephen Curry. Club pitch black dog, but my chest glowing. I'm kinda cocky, talking shit like I'm Terrell Owens. Amiri Jean, Jordan 12 and a white tee, look like I'm shooting a movie every day. Call me Spike still coming, these niggas still hate, these bitches still choosing. I'm in the streets daily, hopping out fresh courtesy of the yayo. Got a knot in my pocket, same side as potatoes. The money still coming, these niggas still hate, these bitches still choosing. I'm in the streets daily, hopping out fresh courtesy of the yayo. Got a knot in my pocket, same side as potatoes. I'm with a white bitch, same color in my kids. If you got your money right, you get them all white bricks. You can tell a nigga shining, take a look at my wrist. Got them all red diamond like your girl lipstick. I got these hoes sick, I got these hater mad. I'm popping rose bottle, I'm rocking Gucci tag. Got a stupid crazy swag, nothing like you wanna be. Some Texas, they Brazil, 2 for 20 up at Applebee's. I look just like a masterpiece. You should hang me on the wall when she wants some dope dick. I'm the one your bitch can call, getting money all year. Winter, summer, spring, and fall. Nickname Shawty Low, nigga I done done it all, state gang. Your money still coming, these niggas still hate, these bitches still choosing. I'm in the streets daily, hopping out fresh courtesy of the yayo. Got a knot in my pocket, same side and potatoes. The money still coming, these niggas still hate, these bitches still choosing. I'm in the streets daily, hopping out fresh courtesy of the yayo. Got a knot in my pocket, same side and potatoes.